So today we are going to be making my one bowl, no fuss, easy chocolate cupcakes. Welcome back to another episode of Basic Baking on the Scran Line. I'm Nick and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make my chocolate cupcakes. Now these cupcakes are perfect for those of you looking for an easy to make chocolate cupcake recipe. Kids can make these, people who don't usually bake can make these. They're really easy to make. More importantly though guys, if you're anything like me and you just crave chocolate all the time, this will hit those chocolate cravings so well. I'm so excited to show you how to make these cupcakes. Before we get stuck into the recipe, we need to begin by preparing our butter. So, most people keep their butter in the fridge and that's completely fine. Here in Australia at the moment it's winter time and I keep my butter out because by the time it goes off, I've already used it. Like I use a lot of butter. But right now because it's winter, it's actually quite stiff because it's cold. So with most baking recipes, unless it calls for cold butter, you need to have butter at the right consistency. So the way I get it to room temperature or soft enough to use in cakes and cupcakes, I pop it on a microwave safe bowl, I microwave it for 10 seconds at a time, flipping it over each time until it's nice and soft. So this is how soft you want it to be. If you can put your finger through it and it glides through nice and easily, that's the perfect consistency. And it's really important to get it to this consistency, even for frosting, because the more you whip it in frosting or the more you mix it in a batter, it actually traps air bubbles. So if it's stiff and cold, it's not going to trap those air bubbles and you're going to end up with chunks of butter in your frosting or your batter. Now that we've got that long rant out of the way and you guys understand why it's important to have nice, soft, well-prepared butter, let's begin with the recipe. Now, just like my vanilla cupcake recipe, we're going to start with the dry ingredients. So you want to pop your flour. So I'm using all-purpose flour. Some sugar, I'm using caster sugar. The recipe calls for granulated sugar. That's completely fine. You can use that sugar. I use caster sugar because it results in a finer crumb. In America, you might know it as superfine sugar, but again, granulated sugar is fine. Followed by our salt. Now, I use Himalayan pink sea salt in my recipe videos because you guys can actually see it better than white salt. So it doesn't really make a difference what color the salt is, but that's why I use it. So you can just use regular salt if that's what you have. We're gonna add our cocoa powder in there. I'm using unsweetened cocoa powder. Don't worry too much about sifting it because we're just gonna be mixing this all together anyway, so it's gonna break up any possible large clumps. Then we're gonna add our bicarb soda, also known as baking soda in America. I'm going to be using an electric hand mixer to mix all these ingredients today, but if you want to do this using a stand mixer, fit it with a paddle attachment. Once you have everything really well combined, just like my vanilla recipe, we're going to be using the reverse creaming method for these cupcakes today. I get a lot of questions about this reverse creaming method, so I want to explain it. Most recipes will call for the creaming method, which is where you pop your sugar and butter into a large mixing bowl. You mix it until it's nice and fluffy and pale. It helps trap air in the butter when you do this. As the sugar granules and the butter are mixing together, it traps air. I use a reverse creaming method, and the reason I do this is actually a couple of reasons. I used to work in a bakery and we use this method because it's much quicker than the creaming method. The other reason I use it is because it results in a much more moist cupcake. Now, I think using the creaming method results in a bit of a drier cupcake. And some people might disagree with that and that's completely fine, but that's just my experience. Can you use the creaming method for this cupcake recipe if you want to? Yes. But I'm going to show you guys how to do the reverse creaming method. So it's as simple as popping your softened butter into the dry ingredients and mixing it until it resembles wet soil. Once you've reached that consistency, you're ready to pop your wet ingredients in there. Now we only have 2 wet ingredients for this recipe, eggs and milk. I use really fresh eggs, that's why they're so bright on screen. And then your milk, again, you want to make sure that that is at room temperature as well. We're going to mix all of these ingredients on low speed until they're really well combined. You want to make sure with your cake and cupcake batters that you don't overmix the batter, because it can result in a bit of a chewier cake, not as delicate, and it can also cause your cupcakes to shrink as they cool down. That can also cause your cupcake liners to come away from the cake as it cools down. So make sure you don't overmix. So my general rule of thumb is that if you can see no dry ingredients showing, that's the perfect time to stop. We're gonna scrape down the bowl, and you can see why, because even though we're using this handheld mixer, even with a stand mixer, it doesn't quite get all the ingredients at the bottom of the bowl or even on the sides. So you want to make sure you scrape down with a spatula always to make sure everything mixes in evenly. Once you've done that, mix for a final 20 seconds and then our batter is done. Now I want to show you guys a trick to getting your batter into your cupcake liners. So for this recipe, we are going to end up with 12 cupcakes. So I'm going to be using 1 cupcake tin. I'm going to line it with some brown cupcake liners because I like to team with the theme. And if you want more information on all the tools and equipment I use, by the way, all of that is over on my website. All the brands, measurements, all of that, it lives on the tools and equipment section of my website. So the way that I get my butter into my cupcake liners is by using an ice cream scoop. Some people like to pipe it in using a piping bag, which is completely fine. Or some people like to use 2 spoons, again, completely fine. But in the bakery, we used to use this method because it's really quick, and also you're scooping in the same amount of butter into each cupcake liner. So that way everything bakes at the same time and rises at the same time. Once you've filled your cupcake liners, you want to bake these on 140 degrees Celsius or 275 Fahrenheit for about 45 minutes. That's a little bit longer than most other cupcake recipes. Now I'll tell you why. I bake my cupcakes on a low temperature much longer, because it stops your cupcakes from rising with cracks like a volcano. So you get nice flat cupcakes. That's how I get those beautifully flat cupcakes. Once your cupcakes have baked, let them cool in the tin for about 5 minutes and then transfer them over to a cooling rack to cool down at room temperature completely. Don't be tempted to pop them in the fridge to make them cool down quicker, because that can cause them to shrink and you don't want that to happen. Now, a quick handy tip, if you're after black cupcakes, say it's Halloween and you want to make black velvet cupcakes or just like a black cupcake, start with my chocolate recipe and then add some black food gel. You don't even need to add that much and you get a nice dark, deep black cupcake. If you are adding berries, you want to make sure you bake for an extra 10 minutes because the moisture from the berries, as the cupcake bakes, it just needs a little bit longer to bake because there's that added moisture. So add another 10 minutes if you're baking with berries. Storing your cupcakes is really easy. You want to store them in an airtight container. You want to store them for 3 days in the fridge or out of the fridge is fine. 3 days is my general rule. After that, they start going a little bit dry. Now, these cupcakes are perfectly paired with my frosting recipes. I have a whole bunch of frosting recipes. Click up there, I've got a playlist if you want to learn how to make something like a Swiss meringue buttercream frosting, which is perfect for cakes. You get those nice, smooth, sharp edges, and it's not as sweet. Or if you're after a really quick and easy classic frosting, try my American buttercream frosting. Really fluffy and delicious. But I've got chocolate ganaches and a whole bunch of other frosting recipes in that playlist, so go and watch that after this video. To frost my cupcakes today, I'm going to be using an open star tip, which I love because it looks really classic and it kind of reminds me of like a soft serve ice cream. So I'm going to pipe a swirl on top of my cupcakes, finish it off with a sprinkle of rainbow sprinkles and then a cherry on top, just because. If you want to try this recipe, I've left a link in the box down below. I would love for you guys to try this and then tag me on social media on Instagram and Facebook, because I'd love to hear how much you love this recipe or what your thoughts were. If you have any questions and I've left something out in this video, leave them in the comments down below. Even if you want to say hi, I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all on the next episode of Basic Baking on the Scran Line. Bye.